See, all these different things I got to think about while patching all of this stuff in, one step at a time. I'm kind of sharing you all this kind of stuff, what's going on, what I have to do. But see, I'm going to take that 2x6 out. I'll probably take this one out. And see, that one's going at an angle. See, this one's level. This one, that's holding the stair stringers. But that one's dry rotted too. I'm going to have to pull that out. And that's how much the floor is angled. And that's what you want when you have a deck like this. So when the water hits there, it all slopes out this way to the farthest end, furthest end. That's right there. And see, when I look at these 2x6s, or these are actual 4x12s, and they don't just stop at the stringer. Most of the time when you build a stringer, these are called stair stringers. See how they're notched? Boom, 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 boom. And then your wood sets on top of that, and that's what holds all your weight. Okay? And then usually your steps go from the end of this stringer to the edge of this stringer. But in this case, they framed this and they ran the 4x12s all the way to the stucco wall. You see the joist hangers up there? Those are little half joist hangers. They kind of nailed those into the wall. And those are kind of rusty. And that's taking some of the weight off of this. I'm going to have to take some of this off. I'm going to have to still make a decision. Do I take this section out? If I do, how am I going to tie that back in? How am I going to hold the 4x12 up at that end? But see, over here, these 4x12 should stop right here at this edge. Well, they don't, do they? See? They go through. They go through, and then this 2x6, when they built the wall, they went up, and that the riser to the step usually stops at the stringer. Well, the riser, they went all the way in to here, and the stucco's beyond that, and they've got the riser nailed onto this 2x6, and the 4x12 above that is kind of held by this 2x6. It's holding up part of that weight, isn't it? Let's see, I can take another 2x6 in here and put it underneath this 4x12. I see the same, they got the same thing, each one of these. So I can put another 2x6 right here, straight up underneath this 4x12. Because this stringer is not strong anymore. Look at this. See? I shouldn't be able to do that. See that? Look at that. So if these stairs were if they only went to the edge of that, all the weight would be on this, and this would have broken down. See all this? I got to end up taking all that down. See? I don't want to get too carried away just yet. I'm going to have to probably take a 2x4 here and temporarily brace it or something. I want to get extra 2x6s in here. One 2x6 right there. One 2x6 there. One right there. You know, all the way down there if I can. Hey, look at that. Oh, I thought it was a cat's paw nail puller right there, but it's not. It's just a piece of metal. Okay, so on this stringer, I may have to cut it back to about here. Take all this little section out, and then run a 2x6 up at an angle, re-support it up to this, and all that. And knowing that all the weight isn't really held off of this stringer, it's held off of this outside wall. And the same thing with this. Some weight is here, and this one looks pretty good. I'm gonna have to check up there, and I might decide to keep that. But this piece here is, I think, is dry rotted. Okay. I shouldn't be able to do that with a nice piece of wood. See? So I'm gonna have to take that off. Look at this hokey 2x6 they nailed it just into the stucco here, and it's hardly even holding the 2x4. They're lucky to even hit the 2x4 there, and they put screws into this bracket here. This is half of a joist hanger. You can get those at the store. There's a certain name for it. They put that in with screws. These are probably 3-inch long screws that go all the way in there. I'll have to take that off and fix that. I'll have to figure out something else, how to support this better on this end. So a lot of thinking that I got to come up with, and then this stuff here I got to decide. So I think this stuff is just on the surface, and then I think I can spray something on here for the majority of this stuff. I should really have my mask on. I wasn't planning on doing this, but see, I can get lots of that off. That's just on the surface. That's solid wood still. And these are still solid. But look at all that stuff on there. That should not be on there. That's growth. Good grief. So I'll have to come down here with a mask and work from the bottom, come on up. I have some cardboard, so I'm going to set some cardboard down here, but I'll have to clean all this stuff up first. Let's see. I got those two pieces. I've got to pound the nails down. And see, I was walking around there. Well, I should have turned those in. I should have bent those down, but I wasn't planning. See, I wasn't planning on talking right now about all this stuff, and I could have put my foot on there. But look at this here. Shouldn't be able to do that. That's all. See that 2x6 in there? Look at that. Look at that, would you? Good Lord. So I'm going to have to take that out. That's why I have to take all this stuff out here to get up to the top of that so I can get that 2x6 replaced. Fortunately, see, the next one is good. And then you've got the outside of the column again, and you've got stucco on the other side of that. So I know I've got to replace this one. Gee, many Christmas. And it's just hanging in there. Before I get all rambunctious, one thing at a time, right? And see, this here goes beyond that, so that 2x6 is going to have to come out of there. Look at that. Good Lord. Hey, I shouldn't be able to do that. And it's all because whoever built this, they just, look at that. They just didn't think about it before they sealed all this. I see right up in there, right in that corner, right there, come down, it leaked. Went on the back side, boom, 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 all down in here. That leak was not necessarily from the top of the floor down. It was from this column. Okay? And actually any water that did get on this floor, it could have got into the edge and it could have leaked right out of that inside corner. See, right there. See that? Just that little bit, yeah. Just that little bit. Water doesn't need very much to get down under. You think, oh yeah, they did a good job with sealing this. Bull honky. They did right there, but they missed that, blatantly missed that over there. Good Lord. That's why we have all these issues over there. See all that water damage? You don't have much over here, as much, but it didn't get it because we have that stucco. It ran down on the stucco, and it didn't get, luckily, you know, because it did have stucco, I guess it could be just as worse as this, just as bad as this, right? Because they didn't have that to too good right there either, did they? See, right in there. So we've got a lot of issues to deal with, don't we? Even that corner, right there, that should have been sealed. You get water through there, and instead of going out the little weep holes, and see the weep holes, see that little hole? That's the weep hole. There's another one. There's another one. The water goes on that, but those were being filled up because there was all that sand and stuff there. So I think I'm going to drill those holes bigger and see where the flooring goes. It goes underneath that flashing. The flooring should have went on top of that flashing. So I'm not even a roofer. I'm just an average Joe, but I've been in construction for a long time, and I can see, once you see all the damage that things are caused by, you can now see how to do, what they should have done differently, and if you're going to do something, how you would do it so that you don't have this problem. We're down in the pit still, and I just showed you kind of around that outside column there. We're facing out. The tile, roof tile, or the tile deck is behind us. Now we're going over to this column and where the stairs are that go on down. Okay, so I just cleaned this off, and I didn't even touch this back here yet. See how the water, it went in there and it soaked right in that way, didn't it? So I haven't even kind of touched that. I'm not really inspecting it just yet 100% as to what I need to do, what I don't need to do, how far I need to cut this up, where I need to stop, and all that kind of stuff. I'm just basically cleaning it off. Now I'm going to come here, I'm going to cut that off. See, I already cleaned underneath this trim here. So I've got nice area to work with, so nothing's in my way. A little piece right there. It looks like I missed just a little bit. That's just for when they put the stucco on there, they kind of hit that edge there and they didn't clean off the bottom 100% perfect. Since I'm down here, I might as well do it. So now I'm gonna trim this section off and cut it off and kind of take a look at that next.